Hello everybody, it's Christine. It's time for Scraplift Crafternoon. And today's layout we are lifting is this little guy right here. And I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to put the link down below because I will end up losing my screen if I try to pull it up and do some kind of way. So it'll be down below. But I do know I've watched a little bit of her video, and she was also, it was part of the May I Scraplift You. So she was scraplifting someone else. It was pineapple paper. So her video, she references that. So it's a bit of a telephone game here, I guess. And what she has is she's used some shimmer paints to create these pretty stripes. And then she has a white cardstock, and then she's got it mounted on a piece of colored pattern paper here. And then she's got her little kitty, who's just adorable, on a piece here. And then she's got a few little things on the outside. And then this is the other fun thing. She's got these cool, like, small little sprinkly elements kind of going with her title down there. Now, I am so excited, if I'm honest, because I have this picture. It's my daughter and her little best friend. They'd gone to a little concert. It's for my daughter's birthday. And I love the picture behind them. The colors are just so vibrant and so interesting and neat. I'm not going to cut it down to, I think the scrap lift here had a smaller picture, maybe more like this. But I want to leave a lot of this. So I'm going to probably end up doing something like this. I'm going to just trim it maybe from here. I think I'm going to put on black cardstock because I do have this yellow paper here, which will be the matte part. But of course, then I'll need to mat it, behind. But I need to have it be separate from this. So anyway, that's my plan there. I'm going to do the white cardstock. But here's the other cool part. So I have some sprinkles, some sequins. I think this is iffy. I'm not sure about it, but I might. The black is more likely. There's black and gold in there, and that's kind of cool. And there's stars and stuff, so that's more likely. But we'll see how that looks. And then I have these. It came out of this Twinkling H2Os Luminart. It's really, I've had this for quite some time. That's interesting. I didn't know that it had on stamps on the back side here. But anyways, I have had this for, I promise y'all, I've had this 10 years. But I barely used them. And I think these colors right here are really pretty. Like these three colors here together go with this picture so good, I think. Now, hopefully once I get this down here, it'll be fine. I'm going to use it, it don't matter. It's rose gold, blue zircon, and mango mama. Those are the three colors. So my plan is to put, the stripes on there. So I'm pretty excited about it. So that's my plan. I don't have a title yet. I need to go find me a little title, but you'll see that. But my sequins, I'm going to kind of bring down this away. So that's my plan. Hopefully this won't take me too long. I don't think it's going to, although this little sequiny thing, putting that stuff down, probably take me a minute. So let me get started here. I'm going to show you how when I do the painting and all that, but I do need to run and get my title before I start. And y'all, I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute. Let's take a deep breath. I'm just excited about these paints. I'm just saying. All right, talk soon. Hey guys, real quick check-in. I meant to tell you this on the first little bit here, but this yellow paper that I'm using is from Prima. It's from 2006. I'm really proud to be using it. I pulled it out of my little stash over there. So that's the yellow paper. I have gutted it. I did mount the photo. I double mounted it here. I went ahead and matted that. It's got a little thicker mounts, or mats, I guess, rather, which I'm okay with. I may end up putting that on foam even. And what I've decided on the color order here is this, because I think it kind of matches with this here. So it's the yellow, the red, and the blue. So that's my plan here. So now I'm going to run and go get my paintbrush and all the good things, and I'm going to start. So then next thing you'll see, of course, is me painting the colors on there. All right, talk soon. All right, guys, so I got my craft mat out. I dabbed it off because I had gotten gray ink on it before and messed up one of my other papers. So I've cleaned it off a little bit. And I'm starting with the middle stripe here just because I want to make sure I'm putting them kind of evenly apart. Now, I will tell you this. I did not put any gesso on it, and I think that keeps it from buckling. So my paper does end up buckling, but I'm not going to worry about it because it goes in an album and kind of, gets flattened out or whatever. Because I do use water to activate these little paints. And this color is really pretty. It's called like rose gold or whatever I told you guys in the beginning. And it's got this like little gold shimmer to it. So I really like this paper. I paint this one stripe. I actually do end up coming back again and putting more on it. But for the moment I go, okay, I think I'm done. So now I'm going to pull the top one out, which is the yellow. Or I think it was Mango Mamba or something like that, to do the top. And again, I'm just kind of doing this to make sure I space them like evenly on the paper. Now the yellow comes out really good. It's really good and bright. I don't know. I might should have squirted water directly in it and then let it like set for a second or something. I don't know. I don't use these paints. I've used it one other time in the fairly recent past, but I don't use them a lot, and I think I just lose the hang of it. So here I'm going back to this middle stripe because I go, I think you need to be a little bit thicker. I want a little bit more of you. But as you can see, my paper does buckle a little bit, but it's okay. Now, I think I told you guys I had gutted the yellow pattern paper, and I did trim down this white paper a 1/2 inch on the sides. So whenever it goes on the yellow, it's going to have a frame. Now, I'll tell you guys, so this picture, like I said, is my daughter and her little best friend. Although my daughter has lots of friends. She calls them best friends a lot, but she really does adore this girl. She's a sweetheart. They went to college together and everything. But my daughter decided she has a particular artist that she likes. And if I'm honest with y'all, this is not an artist that 50-year-old women typically would go see. I mean, you know, not to say you can't. I'm not going to tell who it is. It doesn't really matter. But it's not that you can't. But for me, I'm like, I don't think that's the right. I don't think you. Anyways, my point is she wanted me to go with her because she's like, I don't have anybody to go with me. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me, child. So I actually suggested this girl here. I said, why don't you message her? And she did. And her little friend was so excited. She says, I've never been to a concert or anything. So it was in downtown Dallas. So she went down there with her and they got dressed up real cute and took some pictures. And I'm really pleased with these little pictures. I don't know if this is right by the venue. I suspect it is. It's a mural. It's in downtown Dallas. So I'm guessing it is down there somewhere. So now what I'm doing, so I figured out, I got my stripes done. I'm just taking and plopping a bunch of glue, just a bunch of glue. And I'm going to cut away in a second because this does take me a minute or two to pick out, you know, these little sequins and just stick them on there. I do have this little tool. I don't remember what it's called, but it's got like a little rubber tip on it. And it's supposed to help you pick stuff up to put on the page. And yeah, it's going to take me just a second, so I'm going to end up cutting that away. But I'm just kind of trying to be a little bit random. It might have been smart if I'd have just kind of dropped some glue and then dropped the sequins. I'm not really sure. But there's different colors. There's like a light gray and a black, and there's a little gold in there, and there's little stars and all the things. So I'm trying to be a bit random. So I'm going to cut away now so you can see. I've got it all done. I've got my picture kind of laying where I think it's going to go. It's not glued down just yet, but I'm just trying to make sure I got my little sequins kind of where I want them. But then here's the reality. I stick all these down here and I end up moving some of them anyway. Because in the sketch, there are little elements coming off the side of the picture. So in a minute, I did decide to pull out. You can see on the left-hand side, I have a frame, like a chipboard frame with the black horizontal stripes. And then I have some labels laying there on the right-hand side. And my idea here is I'm going to cut that frame in half and put one on each side. And I'm going to cut that like rainbow-looking label in half and put one on each side. But when I do that, I'm going to end up having to move some of those sequins because they just won't lay right otherwise. In the meantime, I decided also I'm going to put my picture up on foam. And some of that is because in my head I'm going, well, I got these sequins. There's creating a little bit of depth here. I'm going to put this picture up. And that right-hand side, I don't put the foam all the way across thinking, okay, what's on top of the sequins. If I'm honest with you guys, after I get this kind of put together, I end up having to put a little foam tape on there on that right-hand side because it just didn't lay right. Not only was the paper kind of buckling, my little picture wasn't really doing right, so I have to add the foam tape just to give it some stability. But for the moment, this is okay. You know, I'm just kind of putting it together, and we're seeing what we're seeing here, right? I did take that Best Friends title. That's going to be the title. And I have that on its acetate yet still because I'm not sure exactly where that's going. I kind of know, but not exactly. So here's where I'm going to fuss around with these little frames. And honestly, I almost messed up, y'all, because I stuck it down there and I thought, oh, I don't know if I really want the one on the left there. I thought, well, maybe I'll move it down. Well, by golly, I start to pull that up and it's keeping that, it messed up that paper just long. I go, nope, you're staying there. So the right one has to come up a little bit, which means I end up having to move my sequence a little bit. Now here's where I'm taking my label and I'm cutting it in half. And I thought initially, oh, I'll put it up there. See, here's where I kind of go, oh, shoot, that's messing up my paper right there. I got to put that right back where it was. And it was okay, but I was like, ooh, okay. Here's where my other label's going. And this is where I realized, okay, I'm going to have to move some of these sequins. They're just not, that's going to be in the way. They're not right. And it's not a big deal. They were just on there with a little bit of wet glue, so they come up pretty easily. So I'm going to put that down on each side here, there. Now, on the sketch, the layout, she had like tickets or something, just kind of coming off to the sides, just giving it little wings, I guess. But I do stick those there, and then I'll have to reassess and put some sequins kind of back in there. Although, now even thinking about it, I end up coming back in with some, you can see the stickers on the sticker sheet to the left there. It's a Hip Kit Club. I don't recall the month, but it does have 2021 on the back. So it's from a 2021 Hip Kit Club, those black and white stickers. They're clear stickers. And I'm sorry, I don't know which month it's from, but they're quite good, and they go with this layout pretty well. I end up sticking those on here. I really like them. But anyway, I'm kind of organizing this best friends. Initially, I thought to overlay it over the top of photograph, and then I go, but Christine, you got the photo on foam. That's not going to work. Now, here's where I'm sticking these little black and white stickers down. I really liked how this looked, too. Actually, it really filled this out. These butterflies are really pretty. And then I end up using a couple of the flowers, and I end up using a couple of the little stems. Y'all, I don't know if you can hear it, but I have got a major thunderstorm going on, and the whole sky has just fallen out. It is raining cats and dogs out here. So if you hear any kind of, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like a whoosh sound or whatever, it's that rain outside. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and stick in my little flowers down here, or my little black and white stickers. That one there I struggled with for just a second, and then I thought, oh, I'll just stick you over there. I'm really just trying to create this a pretty little black and white contrast to all these colors. And then I find this little phrase, and I really like that little phrase sticker. I could have probably used all kinds of those, and I may end up keeping that out and use it on another layout because I do like all those little phrase stickers. And then I'll take this other little flower down here. I am going to end up coming in here and adding a little journaling as well, which is a little unusual, but she had it on her layout, and I thought, you know, I'll go ahead and add a little bit of journal. Here's where I'm noticing this paper has really buckled, and I'm taking off that actual sequin there. In my head, I'm going, okay, how can I fix this? I do end up coming in. This is where I noticed my picture's honestly not really good on the right-hand side there. And so I'm going to come in a second. I think I do it now. If I'm honest, I don't remember because I end up having to glue a bunch of little. I kind of come back in, like I said, and I'll put glue in a second. Oh, I guess I journal first. I just wrote on here Brooke and Anastasia at a Russ concert for Brooke's 24th, I think is what it says there. And I just wrote that because, again, she had it on hers. And I thought, why not? I don't do it very often, but it looks kind of cool, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, here's where I add that little bit of foam tape on the far right-hand side. And I just kind of do it around the black and white frame just because it affords me the space to not have to try to make it, you know, go around there or whatever. But anyways, after I get that down, I think actually it's off camera. I come back in. I will add a little more glue, a little more tape, a little washi tape on the back side. You can see it's real curly. I do like this, though. It's really pretty. There's the slow down. You can see all the little sequins, and they kind of sparkle. And I try to show you the shimmer in the paints. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's really pretty. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. It was a great picture to work with, and the layout was kind of simple, but it has a lot of visual impact. Everybody that's playing along is down below. I think Anna had to skip out this week because they're moving, but otherwise the other links are down below as well as the original. Y'all have a great week, and we'll talk at you soon. Bye.